this Tigers team, this run, can they win this whole thing? Are we getting out in front of ourselves?
You coming out with it.
Can they win this whole thing?
No.
Okay.
Look at the way D-Mac look.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh, like he's just out there with it, huh? Okay.
You have the Dodgers, right? You're talking about the whole kit caboodle, right? You know, you gotta you could keep this going, and hey, maybe you got a Major League Cleveland Indians movie sitting there. I just don't think you have the longevity and the pitching pieces and the depth. But what this is it's showing where you can get to, right? Can you win? If you say, can they win the American League? Yeah, that's a yes. I just the Dodgers are a juggernaut, man. Like I don't think anybody in the American League is going to beat them. Again, you have to play the game, but no, let's not get way out ahead of our skis yet. Let's get in the playoffs. Let's see, because we're probably going to play Houston, right?
Yep.
Which AJ Hinch going back. That's the growing up series right there.
And D-Mac, to be fair, like if you gave me the choice, like if we had a draft, they would be my last pick to face.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying. You got to go through the gauntlet even more. I guess if you get through the gauntlet, there's always a chance you got to play the game. But again, we're not talking one game. We're talking 7-game series. I just don't, being realistic, no. But to me, that's not what it's about. To me, let's get it into the playoffs. Let's see this, get them to that next level. Remember, I always talk about there's levels to this? Well, they've superseded, right? They've gone smoked through, just like the Lions did a couple levels and got themselves into where you started the show saying, in this offseason, you told me that when I got there and I needed something, you give it to me. So I think we're all, that's what we're looking forward to. But to be realistic, no. And I don't think, why do we have to automatically go there? Right? I think that the legitimate question is, can you win the American League? And I think that the way you're playing now and everything else, you best be yes.
And again, right, because that's my point. Like that's what I was driving at, because I am scared of the Astros. I'll be honest about it.
Really? You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be the juggernaut,
JV
again,
that walked out on us, you scared him?
Well, he won't be participating. He won't be in the rotation.
Yeah, he probably won't.
But again, going into there, that anybody who knows them more than anybody else, wouldn't it be AJ Hinch to know how to manipulate this lineup and what he has to do in special? He knows those guys. So going in, this is your best case scenario against playing against this juggernaut. Do you not have Houston Dodgers World Series right now?
Yeah, if you said, hey, for your mortgage payment,
I'd say who do you throw?
That's what I would pick.
That's who I got, right? So that's the expectation. So again, facing doesn't scare me as much because you're not supposed to. Again, you just told me that I'm playing with house money. Let's run the house money, but going in, I think we got a better chance because of AJ Hinch, because he knows this is sort of what he created over there. And a lot of times, so the learning too is also, Neil, if that's the case it is, when AJ Hinch is teaching this Tigers young team, he's using comparables with this Houston in the locker room to understand of how they did it. So for me as a professional, young guy, I have sort of a staple, right? Like for me when I played, Rick Tocchet was my guy. Rick Tocchet was the captain of Philadelphia. He could score, he could fight, so I just wanted to emulate what he did. It really breaks it down that way. And when you get to play against those guys, I mean, you got a shot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
you know what I mean? You got a shot with
when you have the best pitcher in the game. They have the best. Tarek Skubal is the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. Hard stop.
Period. Yeah.
Period. End of story, man. Like that is it. It's just for me, like when I start looking at the Astros, because Framber Valdez is electric too.
Yeah.
He's electric, man. And in that park, when he pitches in that park, dude, like it's just there's so much pressure on the Skubal stuff because this becomes real then, everybody. Like once it's in the playoffs, now we're playing for keeps. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And
you think that you're still on house money this year?
No, I understand that, but it's the 1-1 pitch. Like, it's so emotionally taxing to be a fan for a playoff baseball game. Like, we forget this. The 1-1 pitch in playoff baseball is electric. Because if it's a ball, your chance of getting on base versus it being 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
The emotional swings are incredible. And it's just, we are wholly dependent on winning that Scooble start. Wholly dependent. But I will say this, D-Mac. When you look at the path, because we're going to end up playing the Astros. Like, that's the way we're in. Like, we're in and we're playing the Astros. That's how it's going to shake out. But when I start looking around, man, I'm not terrified of the Yankees. Garrett Cole is mid. I have him on my fantasy team this year. He's very mid.
Yeah.
He rarely makes it into the 6th inning. You want me to fear Carlos Rodon? No. Like, even with the Astros, Verlander probably won't even be in the rotation for the Astros. You know his ERA is almost 6 this year?
You go into every single series in the MLB, in the playoffs in general, not just in the AL, but definitely in the AL, with the best pitcher in the series and the best manager in the series.
Yeah.
So you got a shot.
You got a shot. That's what I'm saying. If you can, and the Tigers have been masterful at this. Masterful. You get the big hit. Because, D-Mac, what did we talk about the first night of the Tampa series? I walked in here and said our 5 through 9 hitters were 0 for 14 with 5 strikeouts. We got 3 hits in the game. And I never felt like we were going to lose. Never. That is not a recipe for success going forward.
You can get away with that, but you have to pull one of those out in the playoffs. You have to be able to win that game in the playoff with not your best stuff. Neil, you forget about playoffs. You know what you just epiphanied me with? Which is even more not concerning, but more adamant. You're like a bat and an arm and a half away from arguably being one of the top teams in the American League.
Favorite, yeah.
Am I wrong? With the progression of what you have right here, you added another starter, and you had that big, that big bat that we need. With the progression of these guys, you're way closer. Look at the leaps and bounds, right? So you're right there. You're right there. It's just trying, and you know what? I go back to. 2 starts ago, they lost a Scooble start. He didn't lose, and the bullpen lost it for him. So stuff does happen. You don't win all the games that he pitches, but they find a way to bounce back, and it's just a total team effort.
And I understand, I understand the math of it. Like, the Tigers obviously could end up playing the Orioles. I'm even less concerned with the Orioles.
Yeah.
For real, I'm not, Corbin Burns doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I think did they tell on themselves? Did they sort of they were throughout the season they were something that they weren't? Like they found their waters level? This is who they are now, I think.
Post All-Star break, they just been a regular ass team.
Yeah.
They got off to a great start. And that's where we talk about you can't win it in the first half of the season, but you can lose it. And the Orioles, if you get off to a good start, you can just hold on. Now, the Twins got off to a good start. They weren't able to hold on, but the Orioles were. So I'm not fearful. Even the Dodgers, D-Mac.
Really?
Even the Dodgers, like 1 and 2, it's Yamamoto and Flaherty. That's it.
Unless Shohei comes back.
Yeah.
So you're saying that? So you
and they got glass
value our pitching staff a lot more than a lot of the rest of the playoff teams.
And the Tigers aren't going to get credit for it because it's bullpen dependent and stuff like that. But this goes back to Spenny's point. We have the best manager in baseball. And could you imagine Brad Ausmus trying to pull this off?
Oh, no, it would never happen.
Could you imagine?
We would have fell off the bandwagon.
And for those that don't know, Brad Ausmus was the manager of the Tigers a decade ago, the last time they went into the playoffs, back when they took cash at Comerica Park. That's what it was there. I've been dying to have this discussion. I'm not the only one I'm quote unquote fearful of, is the Astros because we got to play the whole thing in Houston.
I get it. But like he said, you have AJ Hinch, who is very familiar with the talent that they had over there. So, and they didn't start off the year so hot. I know it's about how you finish, but I'm not scared of the Astros either. I mean, at this point, it's a free roll, like you said.
Yeah.
For me, with the Tigers in the playoffs, at least in the American League, you're going in. Yeah, you would go into either Houston or Baltimore and have to play all 3 games there. Playing with house money, you got no pressure on you. Go out there and play, have fun. They have all the pressure. When they lose that first game, which they will, because Tariq Skubal will be on the mound, all of the pressure is on them. You have you have the better pitcher, you've got the better manager, and you have no pressure. So go in there and play baseball, have fun, be the gritty Tigs, get some wins.
Collectively, got the better bullpen. Collectively.
Oh yeah, you got the better pitching. You got one of the best pitching stats in baseball.
Pitching, period. Yeah.
Somebody earlier in the chat said you guys aren't even talking about Cleveland. I don't respect Cleveland.
Yeah.
We're the same as Cleveland.
We'd have to get past the first round to see Cleveland.
Yeah. Right.
I watching us when we play Cleveland in those series, like I was pissed we lost to that team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they got their closer, they got Class A and that's it. Like that's literally what they have. And you give us Class A, we destroy Cleveland. We would absolutely destroy them because they're only playing 7-inning games, 8-inning games tops,